Welcome back to California Cooking. Fall is here and there's just the slightest chill in the air. So today, I have a menu full of delicious pumpkin recipes, including an appetizer, a veggie curry, and a dessert. Okay, let's start with dessert. Claudine Artisan Kitchen and Bakery in Encino is known for their modern take on comfort food. Owners Anthony and Leah created a neighborhood spot that is so delicious, it's nearly impossible to pick a favorite dish. Take a look. Hi guys.
Hi. Hey.
So nice to be here. It's funny, I've driven by Claudine's many times and I always said, I want to go there. And here we are. Awesome. And now I meet the people behind Claudine's, Leah, Anthony. What's the relation between you guys? Obviously business partners.
Yes.
Business partners. We started working together many years ago. Anthony's wife is a girlfriend of mine, and I'm their godmother of their children.
Aww.
Also.
Okay, so it's kind of a family affair then, isn't it?
It is. But it really starts with Leah had invited us over for dinner, and after dinner, there was these cookies.
Really? Do tell, Anthony.
Yeah.
What were
so
these
there's
cookies?
these cookies, and we're eating the cookies, and then I keep eating the cookies and the cookies. And I had always dreamed of opening my own restaurant after tasting these cookies and seeing what Leah was doing with her own dessert catering business. I'd asked, like, hey, I want to bring better restaurants to the Valley. Do you want to open a restaurant together? And then, so that's where we are.
What were the cookies, Leah?
You're going to taste one.
Really? They're on the menu?
Yes. It's the #1 selling item in the restaurant.
You're kidding.
No.
What kind of cookie is it?
It's a chocolate chip.
Just your classic chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
See, that's even harder to get right because everyone identifies with the chocolate chip cookie.
That they grew up with.
Right? And you know right away if it's a good or bad one.
Yes.
And it's literally the best.
Really? So
the
good
best.
that he's like, I want to go into business with you and start a career in food.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm from LA originally, from the San Fernando Valley, so I really wanted to get roots in here.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to change the culinary landscape of the Valley.
The Valley deserves great restaurants.
Chef-driven concept, scratch-made, baked goods, all the savory. There's nothing.
And Claudine has a special, the name Claudine has some special meaning.
The restaurant's named after my sister, my oldest sister. She passed away in 2002. She lost a battle with cancer. But while I was kind of finding my way and talking about becoming a chef and, being drawn into the family business, she just said, pursue your own dreams. And I really went after that. And so this is a family tribute to her.
So when he said, hey, why not open up a restaurant together? I already have the name. And he said Claudine. I'm like, it's a great name. It really is.
When I think the first thing, before you even taste anything, I was looking at the menu, and those menus were like, everything looks good, right? Because some menus, you're just like, I want every single thing on the breakfast and lunch side.
Well, I always have a saying, in the bakery, there's nothing in the bakery that I could not resist. That's how it makes it. If I walk by the pan, I'm like, oh, I just need another bite and another bite, then that's the qualifier. It belongs on the menu.
Right. So how did you guys come up with the menu? Was it that? It was just like good food that people want to eat?
Yeah, it is, but...
And it was really inspired by my own upbringing, at least the savory side. It was inspired by my own upbringing. And I had lots of friends of different cultures, and then you're in everyone's house growing up, their parents cooking for you. So I had a wide range of cuisines presented to me, from Asian to Latin to Middle Eastern. So that's really that's my style, and you'll see that on the menu.
Some of the favorites on the menu, you guys, if you were to give me sprinkle in a few of your favorites, what would they be?
Baked goods, okay, chocolate chip cookie, #1.
Yes.
Blueberry scones are to die for. Banana bread sells out almost every day. Very humble, but when I went to culinary school, what drew me were American desserts. I had a catering business. I did wedding cakes and dessert buffets, so that's what you'll see on my bakery.
My personal favorite is the brisket burrito, and then our top selling item is our miso and organic brown rice bowl. And then the churro tres leches French toast is another favorite.
You're gonna leave very full.
Yes. Leah, I love your station for the shorties.
I know, right?
It's lower than the rest of the kitchen.
It is. That way we don't kill our shoulders.
Yeah. So you get up at 4 a.m. every day.
Right.
You're kind of like in the news business. We get up early too.
Right.
And to be here to make everything fresh from scratch every morning.
That's why it tastes homemade. It's really important to us. When you come here, everything you taste tastes homemade.
Yeah.
And it's baked this morning.
That's and I love what you said too. As I was drooling over the, all the baked goods, you said I'm not trying to be some fancy French chef. I'm making American kind of those things we remember from childhood.
That's it. The s'mores bite, the chocolate chip cookie,
Rice
an
Krispie
amazing
treat.
Rice Krispie treats. They're all kind of elevated.
I love to, I think, seasonal, when you think of fall and you think of the holidays, you change up what you serve.
Every quarter we do, we change with the seasons.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, we're in my favorite season,
Me
and
too.
that's the pumpkin season. So we make our own pumpkin pie spice blend.
wow.
We always have, I'll show you, this is, I
What
want you to
is
taste
that?
that later. That's our pumpkin coffee cake, and it is so good. And I use brown butter everything on it. Yes! But today we're gonna make a pumpkin donut.
Ooh,
So I made a little sample here with,
Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen?
we'll start with our eggs.
Okay.
And we've got a little bit of oil and pumpkin, and I have to say, it has to be Libby.
Libby canned pumpkin.
We're gonna add in our leavening and salt, and of course I have my own pumpkin pie spice blend. So we're just gonna stir this all together, and then we'll add our flour in last, and we're ready to go.
Easy.
It's that easy.
Wow.
All right, I'm just gonna stop.
We can do this.
You can do this, absolutely. Let's just get it all together.
And then if you don't have a little donut
like-
mold, you could put it in anything.
You could,
right?
you could actually bake cupcakes if you wanted.
Yeah.
I even brought you a pan if you wanted to do little
Mini.
minis. Isn't that cute?
Mini donuts.
Yeah, like if you have a party, nobody wants to eat big pastries.
Yeah. Look at that. Okay, I need to try my hand.
Oh, yes.
So what number
So
are you trying to get
80
to?
grams.
Oh, geez.
All right.
Now we're back at 0. Oh. You know what? This is harder than it looks. Oh, wait, I went to...
That's it, 81, you got it.
Whoa.
Well, it's a little over, but it's
Okay, I'll
no
have a
big
bigger
deal.
one. Yeah.
All right, here we go. 10 minutes in the oven and we're done. So we're just gonna pop them out. And now the last part, we make the frosting. I've already made it ahead of time. It's melted butter and powdered sugar.
Okay. But I see some brown flecks. Is it
Yes,
pumpkin spice?
it's pumpkin spice and a
Okay.
little bit of vanilla. And there we go.
Gorgeous. And then fun fall.
That's the fun part.
Fall sprinkles.
Yes.
How cute are these? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so good. What are you guys trying to do to me?
Fatten you up a little.
I mean, take a hint. Where do we even start? Maybe we start with this burrito that you talked about. This is the brisket, right?
We cook the brisket for 24 hours, and then we shred it, add it to the burrito with eggs and cheese and hash brown.
Look at this French toast. This weighs, I mean, I could
It's part of your morning workout.
work out with this plate.
We have a brioche loaf, and then we batter it. We coat it in cinnamon sugar off the flat top, and then we make a tres leche sauce. A little fresh fruit and freshly made whipped
That's
cream.
ridiculous. And then this, I heard, your bowl, was a fan favorite, right?
Yes. Steamed organic brown rice, some fresh vegetables, little red cabbage slaw.
On to the baked goods.
Okay.
Okay, Leah, walk us through.
All right, so we've got our coffee cake muffin,
Yeah.
cinnamon coffee cake muffin, the #1 seller in the restaurant, our chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, these are the ones, Anthony.
These are
These
them.
are the ones.
Yes.
Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. A little hint of salt.
It's a perfect chocolate chip
It
cookie.
is. It's great.
You're right.
Yeah.
You were onto something. Okay, what else?
My ode to the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, which is my favorite candy.
It's one in the Halloween basket that you're like, yes.
That's right,
That you steal from your children.
That's exactly it, yes. So that is what I came up with, and it's really fun. It's got real peanut butter in the center, and of course I put flake salt on the top, and a dark chocolate cookie. Oh my gosh, you guys. This has been indulgence to the max. I think we need some to-go boxes.
I think you do.
I found my new favorite brunch spot.
Thank you.
And kids are welcome, they said.
Absolutely.
Bring the kids. Come on down. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Coming up, more pumpkin recipes. I'm making a pumpkin whipped feta dip, but first, stirring up a one-pot veggie curry with pumpkin. That's coming up next. I really love making curry this time of year. It's healthy and it's the perfect one-pot cozy meal on a chilly fall day. Here's how mine comes together.
Pumpkin season is upon us, so I thought, let's come up with some different recipes to use pumpkin. And I know there are some people that love to take a whole pumpkin and roast it, and that's a lot. So I just like good old canned pumpkin. Unsweetened, all it is, 100% pumpkin in here. And really, because it's not sweetened, you can add it to so many savory dishes, which is the way I like to use it. Today, I thought, okay, something for dinner that we could do quick, maybe like a little curry, and then you use pumpkin. And I thought pumpkin really makes sense in a curry because it thickens it, it has a little bit of sweetness, and I'm gonna give it a whirl, see how it goes. What you wanna add to curry is totally up to you. You can add any vegetable you like. I'm gonna do some red pepper, some shredded carrots, I have peas, I have spinach. I think I might add a little bit of chickpea. Starting with about a quarter of a huge onion. And I love curries because you can style them to however you like, meaning it can be light on the curry flavor because it's really just curry powder that you're using. It can be heavy on the spice, light on the spice. It really is tailored to how you like it. Some red pepper, bite-sized dice, and then we're gonna just cook it in a big pot. And this is one of those kind of cozy fall meals that is so nice. When I was in London, and the first time I remember having a vegetable curry was at the Holiday Inn that we were staying at. And I know you're thinking Holiday Inn, but I'm telling you, the vegetable curry that I discovered when we'd go back after a long day, and I could not wait to eat that vegetable curry every night. It was so good. So this kind of reminds me of that. When we were there, I think that it was Meghan and Harry's wedding. So we've got red pepper. Now I've got a little bit of a spicy red pepper. I think I'm just gonna do a few little slices of that. I've got the shredded carrots, garlic. I'm gonna do at least 4 cloves of garlic and just give it a rough chop. Ginger. So I have a little nub of fresh ginger, and the way I like to get the peel off is you just take the back of a spoon and you just scrape the peel, and that's it. It comes off really easy. All right, let's go back and saute up our veggies. My onions are in just a little bit of avocado oil. You could use coconut oil. I wouldn't use an olive oil just because that will impart too much flavor. Red pepper, I put the little red serrano pepper. Let's do our ginger. I'm gonna try to go for a tablespoon here. And fresh ginger just, you know, does something that powdered ginger can't do. And it's just so much more flavorful. So if you can, I would do the fresh. Some salt, and then a little bit of tomato paste. I would say about half of this. And you wanna cook it out a little because you don't want it to taste like the can, which can sometimes happen with tomato paste. Garlic, those 4 cloves of garlic. So you just want everyone to get to know each other in the pot. And I'm gonna do the spices. I've got my curry powder, some smoked paprika, I would say maybe half teaspoon, some cumin, same, let's do half teaspoon, coconut milk. A whole can of coconut milk. And the unsweetened coconut milk makes it creamy, adds that little hint of coconut to the sauce. Already, that looks amazing. Our pumpkin. Half a can of pumpkin puree, stir it in, some ground turmeric. So it's that gorgeous yellow color. Some veggie broth, just to loosen it up a little. I just put a splash, but I think the veggie broth as it cooks is something you're gonna wanna keep splashing in. You don't want it to get too thick. We have some frozen peas,
probably about a cup of peas. We have our shredded carrots. We've got some chickpeas. I have some spinach. I'm just gonna take a couple of handfuls of spinach. Now we're just gonna let everything cook until the veggies are soft and the sauce thickens up a little. Another sprinkle of salt, heavy pinch, lid on, and we'll just let that simmer and we'll make some rice. Okay, I let it go about 15 minutes, so it was fast. It smells really good. I've got my white rice cooked. The color is so good. Look at all that. You've got the red pepper, carrots, spinach, chickpeas. This smells so good on a chilly night. And then I think what I would do, I think I'm gonna do rice on top. I wanna squeeze some lime just to give it a little bit of tang. You wanna hit all the senses, right? You want a little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour, spicy. I have some cilantro leaves just because I want it a little more spicy. Your pumpkin vegetable curry. I'm going in. First tip, let it cool down, but it is so good. It's so flavorful, and it's so warming because it's curry, and it's a little bit of spice, and I added the extra sriracha, but wow, it's like a bowl of comfort. For the complete recipe, follow us on Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. Coming up, from curry to a delicious dip with pumpkin, all you need, just a few ingredients. As the holidays approach, it's a good idea to have a few easy appetizers in your back pocket. So this one is sweet and savory, and it uses pumpkin, of course. Take a look. Thinking of things to do with pumpkin puree, my favorite this time of year. And I saw something on Pinterest that I thought, first of all, this would be great for a little appetizer, maybe if you're having people over. I also was thinking ahead to Thanksgiving, and I think this would be an amazing little appetizer to serve before dinner. But the idea of taking pumpkin, and I think you could use either a goat cheese or a feta cheese and whip it together and put it on a crostini. I think it sounds kind of good. So we're gonna just cut up some French bread and toast it in the oven. So you wanna get these little crostini nice and crispy. And I like to cut them on the diagonal. We'll just put those on a baking sheet. I've got the oven nice and hot. It's almost like you're making a crouton because I'm cutting them pretty thin. Some olive oil, drizzle on. Wanna get it nice and brown. I also just want to put a little bit of salt, give some flavor to the bread, pop them in the oven. For our little dip, I've got a block of feta cheese, which I'm going to cut in half and just crumble in there. Maybe a half a can of pumpkin puree. You can eyeball it. Also, a splash of heavy cream because you got to loosen it up, a fat splash. Let's see texturally how we do. There we go. I actually really think this would be great with goat cheese too. Maybe even better than with the feta. I am gonna put a little bit of thyme, but I think I'm gonna save it for on top of my crostini. Okay, crostini is done. That was really fast. So you gotta keep an eye on them so they don't burn. Nice and crispy. And then over here, I have some pecans, and I toasted them up so they get a little bit of toast on them. And basically, just want to chop these up, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. And you got to toast your pecans so they get, I don't know, they just taste so much better when they're toasted. Any nut, really. So now, here's what I would do. Got a crostini. Our pumpkin, honey, and feta. Just do a little topping like that. You just put them on a cute tray. You know, sometimes when you don't want to do a cheese tray, you just want something simple and honestly inexpensive compared to what a cheese tray would cost. But a nice little snack with a glass of wine. You could put out some grapes, even some veggies on the platter. I've got a sprinkle of thyme on top of our little crostini. And thyme is just lemony, and it kind of smells like fall in the sense that it's, I don't know, it's just got that like roasted chicken kind of feeling to me when I smell thyme. And then for a little bit of crunch, I've got some toasted pecans. I think I just want to hit it with a bit of honey, just a drizzle. Just gonna do this. Drizzle of honey, and then if you have flaked sea salt, it's Malden salt, which is always nice to finish things. You don't have to, you could just use kosher salt, but it adds such a nice little salty bite. And voila, our little pumpkin crostinis. Yummy, very fall. That was perfectly salty and sweet and so easy to make. Well, that does it for us. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys next time.